So today I have Gabby Coe with me, Gabriela Coe. I call her Gabby for short because it's very cute and appropriate. She has been through some amazing things and has some incredible stories. I know, and we will talk about some of these things, Gabby, but you've worked on some very interesting systems and things that have literally changed the world, or they've made a movie about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will definitely get into some of that. But tell us a little bit about like what does your day look like? Like what do you do on a regular basis? For those people who do not know, and if you do not know, you need to be following her. But besides the point, tell us what goes on a daily basis.
Well, so I am a fellow at Northrop Grumman, which
Mm-hmm.
is an aerospace and defense company, and my specialties are systems engineering and the software development process. I am a systems engineer by training and at heart because during my career, I have developed solutions for different clients for the
Mm-hmm.
United States and the United Kingdom
Mm-hmm.
and also Colombia. And I envision my role as a systems engineer as that of a puzzle solver, if you will.
Yes.
Right? Just like a puzzle solver involves a clear vision of
Mm-hmm.
the end product, right? You know what your picture is going to
Yeah.
look like. A systems engineer has to have that clear vision for that solution that we're developing for the customer to address their challenges, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it takes really effective communication to understand what the customer needs and also be able to communicate those needs for the different disciplines that are going
Yeah.
to be involved, right? In solving that problem for the customer and understanding what the contributions that they bring. And
Mm-hmm.
then really defining the component pieces that need to
Yeah.
go into a robust solution and integrating those components to address those challenges that the customers are
Mm-hmm.
having. Um, so, in a nutshell, it's being the day is like really solving problems for our customers,
Mm-hmm.
challenging problems for our customers, for different things involving security, right?
Right.
National security and involving public safety, which is
Right.
what I have been focusing on
Right.
most of my career. Some of the example projects that I worked on include developing national fingerprint identification system for the United Kingdom first responders, right? So
Right.
that was, back in the day when before they had to collect fingerprints the old-fashioned way, paper and
Yes.
ink, but we were able to modernize that process and now it's all digital.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, so not just recently. This is, I mean, I'm gonna date myself, but but back in the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's revolutionized how um, first responders
Yeah.
and do these things, right? And that also has gone into not just the first responders but other business types as well.
Mm-hmm.
Another example is modernizing the network management system for the
Right.
Army and later the M2 Bradley vehicle. And that also involved, like a lot of different components like
Right.
sensors, networks, weapons.
Yikes.
And so all of those, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All of those play an important part. So I think about going back to that analogy that I gave you earlier about being the puzzle solver, right? All of
Mm-hmm.
these components have a place in how the system will work. And
Right.
so being able to envision that and being able to bring it all to fruition, right, is
Mm-hmm.
a systems engineering
Yeah.
feat and a systems engineer joy because you work with a lot of different disciplines.
Mm-hmm.
You work with a lot of different people that bring so much to the table in terms
Yeah.
of talent and ideas. So, another very memorable project is one
Yeah.
that I was developing a communication network system
Mm-hmm.
for the New York City first responders after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And this was memorable because it really directly affected public safety, and we
Right.
saw it at work. One
Mm-hmm.
in the winter, one late winter day, when if you picture it, right? This it was winter, so it was cold,
Mm-hmm.
and U.S. Airways flight 1549 have had to land on the Hudson. The pilot had no choice
Yep.
because shortly after takeoff, they were hit by a flock of birds,
Mm-hmm.
and he did not have enough time
Yeah.
to return to the airport, right? So imagine winter, it's cold. So landing in the river on the river, yeah, meant cold water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it must have been uh, horrific for the people
Yeah.
on the plane thinking about that. And so he landed the plane on the Hudson safely. And
Mm-hmm.
because of our network, communications network system, the first responders had access to
Right.
enable them to get to the site very, very quickly and brought everyone,
Yep.
every single person on that plane to safety.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how impactful that you think you going about your day-to-day job and you're thinking, oh my geez, sometimes maybe you're having a bad day
Yes.
and something like something like this happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that thankfully everyone was brought to safety,
Yes.
and it makes you really think what I
Yeah.
do really matters,
It
right?
does. It
It
does.
really makes you think, okay, I no matter how bad a day it is, I am making an impact.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately for the people on that plane, they had to go through that. But
Mm-hmm.
fortunately, there were people in the
Yep.
background working
Yep.
to make that happen safely. And so that was part of, like you
Yeah.
alluded to it in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
was documented in a movie by Warner
Yeah.
Brothers called Sully: Miracle on the Hudson. So if you ever watched it,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine how all the tense
Yes.
activities that were happening during
Mm-hmm.
that day. And
Definitely.
I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, uh, imagine that, right? And then
Yes.
it's like even we went over on overdrive,
Mm-hmm.
thinking, is everything working, right? And so
Yeah.
can they get from here to there, and watching it on TV and also on. So yeah, I
Yeah,
would say that is
definitely.
a memorable, very memorable.
Making a lot of impacts there. But tell us a little bit about why you wrote this chapter. Like, what was your inspiration besides me buttering you about it?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. I think that, growing up, I was raised with the idea that hard work would speak for itself,
Mm-hmm.
and that, true humility was not really highlighting your success,
Right.
right? And well, so fast forward 30 years into my career, I can tell you that that's far, couldn't be further from the truth,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to, I think that, well, so the reason to directly answer your question, the reason I wrote the chapter is because I think it's important to share our lived experiences, right, with others, in
Mm-hmm.
the hopes of hopefully, one, ease the journey of others, right? Not reinvent the
Right.
wheel, right? We know
Mm-hmm.
that saying,
Yeah.
and not necessarily that they will do or follow exactly the same path or do exactly the same things to solve a challenge they're having. But those lessons learned
Yeah.
can help you not reinvent the wheel,
Yes.
and can help you, understand, wait, okay, this person did solve this problem that is similar to the one I'm having. Let me give it a try, maybe
Mm-hmm.
adapt it, right? So that's number one. And then the second reason I wrote the chapter is because you hope that you would inspire
Yes.
someone
You
that is
have.
having a
You
challenge,
have.
right? Yeah, well, thank you. Because we think when we are probably sitting in just being so bogged down by a challenge
Mm-hmm.
that we're having, we're thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
Yes.
No, I'm the only one living this, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when you hear about other people having
Yeah.
lived similar challenges and have gone through it and come out of the other side
Yeah.
better, then that inspires you, like, yes, I can do this.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
that was the reason, I think, the two reasons primarily, because I think you need to form a community around
Mm-hmm.
yourself right? That help you, will uplift you, and so on.
Yes,
And
definitely.
that will keep see you through the challenges, and you
Yeah,
can do it. We're all capable of doing
we
anything we put our
can.
minds to it.
Not all of us can land a plane on the Hudson River, but we can help.
Yeah, but that's right. We can help. We can help get
We can
safely.
help. We can help get it there safely. What would you say to get other people involved in STEM, like those people who are now trying to figure out their careers, or those people who are, midway through their career and they're just looking for a change? What would you say to
Mhm.
get them involved? Besides trying to
Yeah,
save people and, help them.
I well, I mean, I think that that's a really good question, right? And
Hmm.
I think STEM is everywhere, whether
Yeah,
we realize it or not. So I think STEM fields are very impactful. I mean, if you
they
think
are.
about it, that scientist who's developing cure for diseases,
Hmm.
right? The technology we use to make our lives easier. I
Yep.
mean, we're talking to each other um, from two different,
Yes.
each sitting in two different countries because of technology, right?
I
So,
love it.
I mean, yes, engineers create solutions for all of our society challenges. I
Hmm.
mean, if you think about it, the roads that we drive on, the buildings that we work on and go to school, and all
Yep,
of that, engineers bring that to fruition. And
they
then the
do.
math is the foundation that makes STEM possible.
Hmm.
So STEM is everywhere, but you
It
just don't
is.
realize it, right? And so, but no, I mean, I'm not going to kid you. STEM is hard.
It is.
And STEM is really hard. It requires focus, perseverance. And the advice that I would give somebody who is thinking of going into these types of careers is to um, inform yourself,
Hmm.
inform themselves by reading on different topics, talk to mentors,
Yep.
talk to people that are doing the jobs that you aspire to do,
Yeah.
right? So you can learn, attend or try and get to internships so that you
Hmm.
can learn more hands-on what your that career is all about. And if for nothing else, you may learn that you don't like that career,
Yeah.
right? But at least you're
At least
making
you
an
tried.
informed decision. Exactly. You tried it and you made an informed decision
Hmm.
on, well, you know what? I thought this career was going to be something
Yeah.
I like, but
It's
maybe
not.
you find out that you don't like it, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I would say to make informed decisions, talk to people that are in those careers now. For those people that are in their mid careers, I would
Hmm.
say uh, reach
Yep.
out to others, the younger generations, right, that are wanting to come into these fields, and offer your knowledge, because knowledge is power,
It is.
right? And if you don't know what you don't know, you may
Hmm.
not make that decision, right?
So
So,
true.
so those in mid career and you're in a STEM field,
Hmm.
get others involved by getting yourself out there, sharing your knowledge, sharing your lessons learned, sharing your lived experiences. And when the going gets tough for all, right,
Yep.
students, early careers and mid careers, just really think about um, forming a community around
Hmm.
yourself, right? People that are going to be there to lift you up,
Yep.
people that are going to be there to celebrate your victories, because that's very important. Not just get help when you need help, but
Yeah.
also lift you up, right? And celebrate those victories, because behind those victories, a lot of work has gone in,
Hmm.
right? And a lot of effort and challenges. And then
Yeah.
also, though, that community can uh, keep you accountable, hold you
Yes.
accountable for achieving your goals, right? So that's really important. We think about, forming community a lot in terms of like a safety net.
Yep. Hmm.
Yes, it's a safety net, but that safety net has to provide all of those things: cheer you on,
Yep.
lift you up,
Hmm.
and hold you accountable. I
Hmm.
think so. I
Yeah.
think that would be the advice that I would give people.
And
So,
I love that because I think sometimes we forget the importance of community and the reason that we need to have so many good people in our lives because it's easy. While some things appear difficult, it's easier if you have that support. Like definitely easier if you have that support. But Thank you so much for your words of wisdom, Gabby, always.
Oh, well, it's always
Oh,
good to talk to you, Sonia,
yes.
and to see your happy smiley face all the time. Do you
Oh
ever have a bad
my
day?
gosh. There are days. There are days. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much.
If you haven't checked out Gabby's chapter, it's chapter 10 in the third Empowering Women in STEM book. She talks a lot about systems engineering and, the ways that you can use it and her journey, which includes that, stuff with the movie. So
Mhm.
definitely you need to check it out. Thank you so much for your time, Gabby, and for putting your energy into this and sharing all of your stories with us. Like, really, I do appreciate it.
Of course, of course.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.